Hi, I'm Nick, founder and CEO of NuBru Coffee, and I have a confession. I used to be categorized as obese at 265 pounds. But before my first child was born, I dedicated myself to losing weight and becoming the healthiest dad that I could be. So I started exercising regularly and became very vigilant about everything that I consumed, including my morning coffee. That's when I started making cold brew coffee as a healthier alternative to drip coffee and those shady energy drinks. Plus, it tasted great. Fast forward a few years and a couple of more kids, and there was no time in the morning to make drip coffee or stop by a local coffee shop. So I started putting my cold brew into a Nalgene bottle and bringing it into work with me, zooming past those rarely clean Keurig machines and opening my laptop just as my morning meeting started. So what is NuBru? NuBru is bottled, ready-to-drink coffee that's been brewed for over 14 hours using cool Rocky Mountain water, which results in a coffee that's a lot less acidic than hot brewed coffee. You can drink it out of the bottle, or you can pour it into a coffee mug and heat it up. NuBru is smoother, healthier, and easier on the stomach no matter which way you take your coffee. We get all the good stuff out of the coffee, such as the flavor, the caffeine, and the antioxidants, and we leave behind a lot of the bad stuff, the acids, oils, and chemicals. That's why we say our coffee kicks acid. Let me introduce you to the team. Brendan Reimer and I have 5 college degrees between us, including 2 MBAs. Unfortunately, those 5 degrees aren't revenue drivers alone. However, they've been the foundation for 2 successful careers that include over 20 years of startup experience. Brendan was previously the VP of a small shipping company and was a co-owner of a financial management firm. My experience includes working for 5 medical device startups as an engineer and as a project manager. Now, our plan and our model are pretty straightforward. We have a classic retail revenue chain where we sell to a distributor and the distributor sells to a retailer. Our average suggested retail price is $3.49 per bottle in the natural grocery channel. Regarding our plan, we did put our MBAs to use to create a plan, but we use it more as a guidance document than as a hard-coded executable. Some highlights of our approach include cutting down fixed costs by co-packing with a local juice producer, adding distribution channels to sell to food service, conventional grocers, and business to business, expanding geographically with a national distributor to serve California and then the East Coast and Midwest, adding new products to our product line for increased shelf presence. And we're seeking a seed round of funding for working capital. Also, we're very proud to be a registered Colorado Public Benefit Corporation, and we plan on becoming B Corp certified in the upcoming 2 years. Our exit strategy is to be acquired by an established beverage company that could leverage our great product and our great brand while cutting distribution and operations costs using their existing systems. Let's talk about the opportunity. Everybody's always asking me why I left a career as a medical device engineer to start a coffee company. It's because the opportunity is huge. By a quick show of hands, does anybody in the room drink caffeinated beverages? Coffee, tea, energy drinks? Exactly. In fact, a Mintel research study showed that the retail coffee market in the United States in 2014 was valued at $11 billion. Of that $11 billion, the ready-to-drink coffee category is valued at $700 billion, with Starbucks controlling 72% of that. We estimate our addressable market at about $200 million. Now, we think this is a quintessential blue ocean. A blue ocean, you say? Some of you are thinking this couldn't be more crowded. Well, let's look at some examples of some disruptive food companies that entered crowded markets. Wild Oats saw that shoppers cared not just about prices from their grocer. Izzy's provided an alternative to the same old soda brands. Evol Burrito brought people back into the frozen aisle at the grocery store. Glaceau gave people vitamin-enhanced water. And Yellowtail stormed in on the wine industry. The list goes on, and we're no different. We're rethinking coffee. Some of you are probably still saying to yourselves, well, how are they going to compete with Starbucks? Well, we're going to kick them in the acid. We've compared NuBru to Starbucks, and ounce for ounce, NuBru is 80% less acidic, has 50% more caffeine, and has more antioxidants than Starbucks. We think we're going to grind up the coffee competition just as craft beer disrupted the beer market. NuBru appeals to many market segments, including coffee aficionados, athletes, people with digestion issues, diabetics, students, people on the go, pretty much anybody that wants the good stuff in coffee and a lot less of the bad stuff. Here are some shout outs to NuBru on Twitter. Matt Russell's a professional triathlete who downs a bottle of NuBru before his training exercises. And Green Plate Kate is a food blogger and a busy mother of two who loves the portability of NuBru. Then we have our friend Sean. Sean's a hipster and he knows what's hip. Let's talk about our track record of kicking acid. In a little over 1 year, we've sold to upwards of 30 front-range stores, including several Whole Foods markets, Natural Grocers by Vitamin Cottage, and Lucky's markets. Also, after being placed in a pre-party gift bag for the Oscars, we were featured on Fox 31, ABC 7, in the Denver Business Journal, and in the Boulder Daily Camera. And we just finished a photo shoot with 5280 for their July issue of their magazine. Fun stuff for sure. Now, we know we're nowhere near being out of the woods. We know that there's significant risks ahead of us, including intensified cold brew competition. But we actually welcome the competition to some degree, because half the battle is educating people about cold brew. The other half is growing brand awareness for NuBru. Now, thanks to our experience, Brent and I are very adept at identifying and managing risk. In fact, at the end of 2014, our distributor to Whole Foods went out of business. But we saw the writing on the wall and had transitioned to a replacement distributor before our sales were significantly impacted. Now, I know we come off as a little intense, and we are. We make caffeinated beverages after all. We got this. We'd love your vote. We'd love your support. Let's go kick some acid. Hiya!